Hi everyone. Following on from my blog post over the weekend, I had a tweet from Stephen Mundy saying that he was having a problem using the stealth system that I described. So I thought it might be helpful if I show you some trades that I actually took. I think there are 3 trades here that I took in quick succession. And also there's on this particular screen there's some trades which shouldn't be taken. So I thought I might explain those and it might help people out a little. First of all, I want to go through all the indicators that we have. So if we start over here, I'm using 200 EMA. Down here, 55 EMA. The thin one is a red 10 EMA. The multicoloured jagged line is non-lag MA, and I'm also using the trend indicator, which you can see going all across the screen. Very smooth. And then I have parabolic SAR, which I use as a confirmation that it's likely to be a good trade. We then move on to the stealth system, and we have the early bird indicators, which are the arrows, obviously red for short, green for long. And then down here we have stealth buy and sell, stealth LCD, stealth hybrid, and I've added on here a volume indicator. So we can see who's buying and selling. What I have taken off is Bolly bands that I use, and also Keltner channels. I normally have them on all the time, but for the purposes of explaining this, it's just a little bit clearer without them. So there was a trade here that I want to come back to explain why I wouldn't take that trade. But the first trade that I took was this one here, but I didn't take it on this candle. So the first thing that happens is at the close of this candle you will get stealth early bird. Once you get that, you check down here, and for a long signal you should have a green arrow, green line, blue line, and a green trigger here. Now we didn't actually have it on that candle, and I couldn't see properly there whether that was green or red, so I actually waited until here, and it's quite acceptable to wait. So we have, this is still a good indicator. These are lined up, and now we can see here that we get the green trigger. So to close this candle here, which is at this level, let's see what that closed at, 14628. As that closed, I entered the market, which would have been here at 14627, and then we had a little dip down, and it moved up. And I think I took something like 5 or 7 pips. It wasn't very much here, and that was a trade done. Now, as it happens, it was a good job that I came in here because it turned around fairly quickly. But immediately I was ready for the next trade, which is going to trigger over here. So we get the 10 EMA and the non-lag MA piercing through the trend line at more or less 90 degrees to the trend line, which is a good indication that it's going to be a good signal. Now here we get a short early bird sell signal, get a red buy sell, yellow LCD, but we have a green trigger there. So that's not correct. So I just waited until the next one, which was on this candle here at 14628, and at the open of this candle I entered the market short. As you can see, it comes down, it bounces up again, and it actually, in effect, it bounces off the 55 MA, comes down here again, and again I exited. As you can see, it carried on going well down, and if I'd have stayed in I could have got some more pips. But again, we're looking at somewhere in the region of 5 to 7 pips, and that tends to be my strategy. A little pip, a lot of times. And then there was another trade over here which I took. Again, I wasn't in for very long. We have the green early bird, green. It was yellow, so I didn't take the trade there. So I waited, and it's quite permissible to wait until we get everything lined up. So at this point here, I entered, so it would have actually been there that I entered at 14624, and as it happens it comes down and we're starting to get a bit of argy-bargy with the other indicators getting involved. But as luck would have it, this time it bounced off and it came up, and I got another 5, I think it was 7 pips I took that time. Coming up here, let's get rid of that. And that's as simple as that. Now there are 2 areas where I wouldn't take trades. This one over here, everything lines up properly, but I still didn't take this trade. So we have the early bird indicator, red, yellow, red. But my experience when you're scalping is that when you get a candle that is more than 5 pips in length, there's a fairly good chance you're going to get some retracement back up. And that, as it happens, is exactly what happened here. So I could have gone short here. In effect, I would have been going short somewhere around here, I would guess. But then the market went up. So it went up 5, 10, 15, probably about 17 pips. So if you've entered into a short trade and you're 17 pips down, it's not looking very good. And it's not ideal. As it happens, I would have got out okay if I had have entered there, but it's a long time that you're waiting for that trade. So bearing in mind you're supposed to be scalping. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's going on. You've got 10, 15 minutes there before you can get to a decent trade. So that is just experience that tells me do not take that trade. And again over here, when you start to get very close together, sell trade, buy trade, sell trade, buy trade, you just don't know where it's going to go. So this sell trade here wasn't supported by anything other than the spike. This buy trade wasn't supported by the spike, but everything else lined up. Sell trade again didn't line up. So that trade there still didn't line up. So the market just can't tell. It's only over here that you go long. Now, as it happens, as I showed you earlier on, I went in here. So we benefited, well, was it here? There. So I got in just before all this argy-bargy. So I hope that gives you more of an idea of how I trade it, but also what to look out for and not take the trade. Excuse me. There is quite a lot going on the screen, and you have to be watching all the time to make sure that you're not shorting in to something that's going to retrace, like we have over here, and then go long, or you're not getting into a trade in this area where you just don't know whether you're going to go long or short. Everything has to line up, and you can wait to do it. So there we are. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, just please ask away and I'll try to answer them. Thanks.